All right, in this video, we're just going to briefly look at some options for enclosing the staircase that we've just added. So we're on the first floor plan, we're looking at our staircase, and we noticed that it's kind of unsafe at this point. If someone was walking on the first floor here, they could, without a doubt, fall through the hole in the floor, the literal hole in the floor. So what we need to do is we could add walls, we could add hand railing. They both work. It depends on what you want for your design. I think for mine, I'm going to leave this pretty open. So I'm going to add the hand railing. I think it'll add more light getting down the staircase into the basement. And the more light you can add to the basement is always good. But if I needed walls here to help to help give me a more effective layout, because I still need to fit a kitchen in somewhere in here. I'm not totally sure how I'm going to do it. I might want walls instead. And in fact, I might change this hand railing. Okay, so we're just going to add the hand railing for now. And we'll see how that works for us. As we move through the design, we might want to change that. To add the hand railing, we'll use the railing tool. And again, similar to the stairs, it opens up a little editor. You can tell you're in the editor because you see the X and the check mark. And we are going to click at these points in our floor opening. Okay, so I am just using a line tool, which came up by default, by the way. So I didn't have to do anything to select that line tool. I just started clicking. Spots. So I'm going to come here to my floor opening, and all the way over here. When I'm done drawing my line, I'm going to hit escape once. And I should be able to hit the green check mark. Now, what you see here is an error message, okay? And for whatever reason, because I've had this before, sometimes you think you've drawn a line and for whatever reason you haven't. I can see I've drawn a line here because I can see this purple line, but I do not see one vertically. So I am going to click continue on my error message. And notice I'm still in the line tool. And I'm going to put that line where I thought I had it and make sure it connects to my two existing lines. At this point, I should have an enclosed continuous handrail, and clicking the green button does in fact work. I didn't get an error message, and I can also see that there's this blue shaded handrail added to my my staircase. Okay. Always a good idea to check your work. So if we go look at the 3D view, and I'm just going to click away from the hand railing, I can orbit around, and I got something that looks pretty good, something like a much safer staircase, right? So that's enclosed. No one's going to fall down through the opening and hurt themselves. If I did look at my hand railing and decided something needed to change, let's say, for instance, this hand railing here, if I wanted that to come further up into my first floor, I could modify that. And we're going to go through that very quickly. Okay, so if I look at my first floor plan, I'm just going to click in empty space. This hand railing is the one we're looking at that I potentially wanted to extend. If I click on that, I can hit this button here. It's called Edit Path. And it kind of brings up like a sketch editor, right? Again, the X and the green check mark, that's consistent with the other editors. If I click the purple line, I can just come to the blue dot. I can left click that, and I can drag that purple line up further. Once I have it where I want, I can click the green check mark. Now, if I wanted to go the other way, if my railing was coming up too far, it would be the same process in reverse. I just click the blue dot and drag it back to where I wanted. Okay. So I'm going to drag it out a little bit so we can actually see it did something. We'll click the green check mark, and now we can see it on our first floor plan. It does extend up onto the first floor. If we take a look at this in 3D, we can see we have the extension as well. Okay, so that's hand railing and a brief note on how to edit hand railing. And we will see you in the next video.